But since this morning, there have been many people going to the area. We believe that there is a breach in terms of the human element. So we've accepted the guidance and the advice of the provincial commissioner that we are pulling the human bodies from being the front line. We are now going to unleash barbed wires across all the areas that are going to be identified as the crime scene. So we are putting the barbed wire so that there's no movement at all in that particular area. Obviously, there are people that are residing there. We are presenting them with the necessary permits so that there is a controlled movement of people through a safe area. If I've missed something, the commissioner is here as well. MEC Mbali is here as well. We can't take your questions, but let me hand over to our provincial commissioner, General Mawela, just to clear one or two issues that might be outstanding. General Mawela.
Thank you very much, Premier. I think you have covered all the aspects of this report. From my side, I just want to appreciate the business community in the CBD, the hawkers, and some residents and community members who have very much cooperated with us. They've responded very well. For example, the hawkers, some of them in the morning, they were putting together the rice stand, going to cook some food and whatever. We approached them and requested them, there is gas here, will you kindly move away and whatever. And without any argument, they responded positively. I think they deserve to be acknowledged. Yeah. They've made our work easy. So, Premier, I think we have covered all the angles. If MEC Mbali, is there anything from you? MMC, no, they are fine. I think
the mayor is coming in now.
Okay, the mayor will be joining us. And while waiting for the mayor, maybe we may check if there is question from the people.
Yo.
And number one, Heidi, you're forever number one. And then after you will just pass on.
It's Heidi Jobbers from ETA. Yesterday, Premier, you indicated that 10 water valves have been shut in the area. I just want to find out if that's still the case, is it still 10, and when electricity is going to be restored in the area.
Can you check that for me, ma'am? MMC, can you check for me?
Those two. And then, I don't know if I'm just the only one, but I'm very confused about this telecom manhole. So if you could just elaborate a little bit more on what exactly was found and the further investigation into all of this. Thank you.
Christina Gori, SABC News. I think my first question is, do we know how long that investigation is going to be taking? How long do you anticipate that? And those businesses that are affected in B Street and those surrounding areas, especially now that you say that barbed wire is going to be put up, have they been communicated with them? How long that will take and how it's going to affect business in that area, but also those that live in that area. Is there sufficient shelter and housing for those that may not be able to go back? And then a more finance amount is that the infrastructure budget. Do we have an amount of how much that budget was for the year, and would it be affected by this blast now, and will we be able to ensure that the repairs are being done? Also, do we have a timeline of the repairs and how long that may take for those that need to return to their homes and businesses? Thank you.
All right, so Lana Shawana from Newsroom Africa. I believe we all saw the magnitude of the explosion and how those cars jumped. Now my question is it still safe for those people that live in those buildings or apartments that are closer to Lillian Roy Street? And also, if it isn't safe, why are those people not being evacuated Now, secondly, is there anyone that's willing to give us a guarantee to say it's safe for those people to be in those apartments at this time? And if failure, or rather, if it's not safe for them, who's going to be held accountable tomorrow in case something happens?
Thank you. Super Sophia from UFM. I just have one question for the Premier. Will there be any financial relief to taxi owners who lost the income because of the explosion? Because some of them we've spoken to, they say they don't have insurance, especially for those old taxis, for solar bodies and the likes.
I'll be fine, don't worry.
This might be a very difficult question for you to answer, but do you maybe know how long the road will be closed so that the utilities can take the road?
In the morning, the briefing we received, I'm not sure who's coming from Johannesburg Water here. The briefing we received, Heidi, was that only the 10 valves will be switched off and the pre-substation water plant, that it will be switched off. Just for the water team to establish if their system is leaking or not, or it was affected. So the reports that were compiled now, that report of water was not part of this report. So we will check for you whether, but the indication was at that time was that there was just one area or two areas where the pipes were affected, but it didn't have an impact on their system. But we don't have that report, so I hate to speculate on serious matters like this. I wish the leadership of Department of Labor is the person that was representing the Department of Labor. Yeah. Please come. I know. Please come so that you can explain the manholes. I was explaining from a layman's point of view. So I'm not surprised if you are confused, but they will come this side. Yeah. He will explain how manholes ordinarily come to explode when there is something of this nature. I think they just need that clarity. Because our report is still outstanding, you can't go deeper, but just explain the way you have explained to us so that there is an understanding. Because the investigators and their powers that be, they don't want to speak until they got the permission from powers that be, because the matter is still under investigation. I understand that, so when they conclude it, the ID, they will give you that information. Thank you so much. I should appreciate that. How long will the investigation? Because we want to roll out the necessary support, which may include repairs, which may include tracing people that are affected. We want this investigation to be released. I must be honest, the presence of the Department of Labor has accelerated the investigation. for the first time, we have an idea on what might be the cost. But because they want to interview further other institutions, I think let's leave it there. We want to conclude it as soon as possible so that we don't delay people. Are we consulting business? I think General Mawela has indicated that consulting hawkers. Since yesterday, we've been consulting with the residents. I'm very reluctant, Zola, is it Zola? To guarantee whether everything is fine. We are treating, until we get the report, we are treating the area as not safe. And that's the message we are giving to business, to residents, and that's why we are urging them, if possible, to move out. So until there is a report that says the building is safe, we are treating it as not safe. We will take responsibility if something happens. God forbidding, the Joint Operations Center is trying very hard to avoid that situation. And that's why we've got all these people that are giving all the reports. So we are also requesting them. The city is the one that is leading us on this aspect. Financial relief for taxi owners. I think the first phase for us was to save lives. So we have not come to that stage. And I don't want to predict how we are going to do it. But for now, we want to save lives, restore the area, ensure everyone is safe, and beyond that, we will be in a position to attend to the issues that we have. We know taxi is an economy, so we need to come and take that decision. But I don't have a mandate now on how this matter will be managed. So upon consultation, we will know. The citizens, how long will the street be closed? My own assessment from briefings, my own assessment of the damage, the nature of the impact, I'm of the strong view that Lillian Ngoyi, former Bree Street, is going to be closed for quite some time. For quite some time. The damage is extensive and the area affected is broad. So we need to win. The only area where we need to fast track is that we've cordoned off, for safety's sake, additional streets. Those are the ones that we really believe it will be quicker after confirmation that the area is safe to open them. But the entire Bree Street corridor, I think, is going to be closed for quite some time. And that's how we want to take it. But generally, good people, and I want to once more thank our emergency staff, our law enforcement agencies. The kind of questions that you ask is the kind of questions that we want them to tell us. But we have to be patient with them and not rush them. We live in a world of litigation. So you don't want to deposit unverified information in the public domain that might be utilized against any of the institutions of government or the private sector. So we will only deposit in the public space information that is verified and backed up by facts. So we want to remove ourselves to any form of speculation on any issue that may affect how we report on this particular matter. So I want to hand over to General Mawela if there are areas that he wants to respond to, so that he can also close the discussion. General?
Thank you very much, Premier. I think we have covered as well. because the issue of now that we're going to put the barbed wire, are we going to talk to the businesses? We have been talking to them, and they're very much responsive and very kind to us. They understand the situation, and the manner in which we will deploy our barbed wire, will deploy it in such a way that we don't cause so much inconvenience to them, but at the same time, not compromising their safety. So working together with those residents, the community, the business people who are there, we hope that safety will be the priority number one, and then accessibility priority number two for those who are staying there. Premier, that's all what I wanted to get input.
The next briefing will be when we are ready with new information.
Yeah.
When we are ready with new available information, we'll have the next briefing. Yeah. Can I leave it, Jen? Are you a journalist?
No.
Okay. Okay, you can speak to the team. I'm speaking to journalists now. To the team, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thanks for your time. You can come and speak to the team. Thank you.